it's too far down. I gotta fix that. It's gonna drive me nuts. Maybe I'm too tall. There, let's see. Is that better? Is my music too loud? I don't know if that's better or not. So, happy Friday. I've started using that word or that expression, and I can't take credit for that expression. My good friend Tammy, one of many, I have several good friends that are named Tammy, but the one in particular will know who I'm talking about. There's a reason I'm wearing my cute hat, Shannon, and I will get into that. So what did Tammy do? Oh, Tammy said it one day, and so I've stolen that expression for Fridays. Friday, it's a fun one to say. I think I misspelled it last week, but whatever. I mean, I don't think there's a rule on spelling of that one. All right, so today is going to be our Cranberry Vanilla Old Fashioned Day. And that one came to me. Several people have been sending me different recipes for cocktails, and that's a good thing because, you know, I got to get some fresh ideas out there, and it's things that I don't necessarily think of. So what, yesterday I asked to see who wanted the cranberry. Some people thought it was strawberry. A couple of my sisters don't know how to read. Anyhow, Cranberry Old Fashioned, or it was springtime gin something smash, I think it is. So that's going to happen next week. I have lots of notes today. Hello, Sharon. Hi, Tammy. I was just talking about you. Oh, I'm not supposed to be saying which Tammy I was talking about. Okay, so I have lots of notes, so this might take us a while. So my daughter Jody is the one who sent me this recipe, and I think it probably could be considered more of a holiday old-fashioned, but it is a holiday. It's almost Mother's Day, and fishing opener here in Minnesota tomorrow. So I guess that's could be considered a holiday. Now I went and did some research because what is Sharon? Hi, Sissy. Well, that's nice. Hi, Kathy. See you both out there. See, lost my train of thought again. Dang it. I need to keep that thoughts on train. Oh, I know what I was going to say before. When I was putting on my hat and putting lipstick on, this is more for the women. Well, I don't know, maybe men wear lipstick. I shouldn't judge or shouldn't. Hi, Lisa. Haven't seen you around. So anyhow, I have no upper lip. I was born without an upper lip. Okay, that's not true. I do have an upper lip, but I put lipstick on to help it set, and it's still not. Does anybody else have that issue? And what do you do if you have no upper lip for lipstick, and even when you put lipstick on? Okay, we're going to get away from that. We're going to go back to our Cranberry Vanilla Old Fashioned. So when I was looking things up on this old fashioned, I was looking up the history. So the first mention, hi Julie, of an old fashioned is in a bartender's guide from 1862, but it used gin. So we're just going to get rid of that. That's not an old fashioned. Okay, so the one that is considered the beginning of the old fashioned, and that comes to why I'm wearing a hat, started in 18 era. It was the first person who ever made this drink was possibly a guy named James Pepper in 1882, and he was at a member of the Pendennis Social Club in Louisville, Kentucky. So I thought, since we're going to a social club, and according to what I read about them, they have, it's not based on who you know or whatever, how much money you have in your pocket or blah, blah, blah. So everybody's welcome, apparently, according to them, to the Pendennis Club in Louisville, Kentucky. And if anybody's there, they could check and let us know if that actually works. So anyhow, this James Pepper guy created the old fashioned, which kind of, hi Robin, makes sense being that Louisville is kind of, isn't that one of the bigger known places for bourbon and whiskey making? I'm not sure on that. I did not do my research on that. So apparently James liked to go to New York, and he liked to frequent the Waldorf Astoria. And so he took this drink there, And that's where it became, you know, full-blown. You take anything to New York and it goes full-blown, right? Is that, well, we know. Lots of stuff gets full-blown in New York. So that's apparently the history of a normal old-fashioned. Obviously, our old-fashioned is going to be a little bit different. I hope you got your ingredients. I know some people, I think for sure Shannon is going to be making this drink with me. But that is why I'm wearing my hat. My hat I got in California, in Carmel. So if you're ever in Carmel, California, there's a cool hat shop called the Carmel Hat Shop, and you should go to it. They make them all themselves, and I got this one and another one, and I think 2 other ones for friends several years back when we were in Carmel. Okay, to the drink. Enough chitter-chatting, Patty. Yes, Shannon says. And Carol's watching now too. Well, you haven't missed the drink yet, Carol. We're getting started. So, Jody and I were talking last night about when drinks should be stirred and when drinks should be shaken. So I did look up that, and they say drinks that if it includes like fruit juice, simple syrup, an egg, those definitely should be shaken. One thing about shaking, because you're shaking with ice, you're kind of diluting some of the alcohol a little bit, and it's saying that helps, you know, create a nicer cocktail. So, and to me, it's just fun to shake. And now that I'm getting better at shaking, it's even more fun. So that's where this one is being shook. There are 3 drinks that you should never shake, apparently. Now, the one is an Imperial cocktail. I have never had that. I don't know what an Imperial cocktail is. A Manhattan. I have had many Manhattans. My dad is a very good Manhattan maker. And whenever we go to Arnold and Mardell's at Sun Willows, we always have to have a dad make us a Manhattan. My sister Sharon is pretty good, second in line at making them. I think Mom makes them too. I think she prefers people to make them for her, and I kind of get that. And a Negroni. Negroni? I don't know if I'm saying that right. I first read about a Negroni when I have a gin that I got at from a local distillery that I think is the gin I'm going to use next week. And it talked about a Negroni, but it had all kinds of ingredients that I didn't have that day, and so I didn't do that. Plus, I wouldn't have gotten to shake. Okay, so we have our tins, and I'm going to get some generic ice out. Throw some ice into my tin. It always gets stuck because I try to take it out of the, you know, the thing ahead of time. All right, well, this is going to be enough because the drink's going to be on the rocks anyhow. So then we need what do we need? We need 3 ounces of your favorite bourbon or whiskey. I don't know that I have a favorite bourbon or whiskey, but I wanted to use something from Minnesota. I had 2 of them. I have is it Paddleford that Sharon that Robin found for her of Park Rapids Spirits, and Robin's watching. And I still have several bottles because I don't know when Sharon's going to come pick it up. It came after she left. And then this one is 11 Wells Spirits. I don't even know where I got this. I might have gotten this one at Shop Victual in Crosby. So this one is from St. Paul, Minnesota. It's always fun to use local stuff, right? When I was in 71 bottles of beer today, and that they didn't have any local ones, but hopefully they might be rectifying that. We don't know. They did have one from Oregon. I almost thought, well, maybe I should pick that up. But I thought, no, you have enough bourbon in your house. You don't need any more. So we're going with 3 ounces. Hi, Nancy. It's Nancy. Look at Nancy. I was trying to look at your last name. Sorry about that. So we're going with 3 ounces. So this is 2 ounces. And another 1 ounce. I'm trying to look up and measure at the same time. How's that for me? I had considered muddling, but I figured that would just muddle things up. It doesn't call for muddling, but you know, when you made the simple syrup, you had all these nice little cranberries left over, and cranberries are hard to come by. Well, they're in the freezer section, but you know, you couldn't find regular ones. I hope these are regular cranberries. They're just frozen cranberries. And I was going to muddle it a little bit, but I forgot it, and so we're not muddling it. I don't know what I'm going to use. Hi, Brian. I don't know what I use with the leftover cranberries, but whatever. Maybe I'll put them in some kind of a salad. Okay, so then it calls for 1 ounce of your cranberry simple syrup. I put a cinnamon stick in mine. Isn't that pretty? I think a vanilla bean would be nice too. I've never really found a vanilla bean. So, but there's that vanilla paste in there. All right, so that calls for 1 ounce. That is just such a pretty color. We like pretty colors. Okay. And then the recipe calls for, and I can never say this word, Angostura bitters, but I don't have, well, maybe I do have those, but and it says 3 shakes of that, but I don't have that. I have these, what is this one? I don't know, somebody company dash fire bitters, so we're going to use those. And this is the fun thing, because, you know, it's always fun to feel like a chemist, especially when you're doing something like that. Now, we're going with 4 drips. Now we'll just do the whole thing. Okay. So, we have all of our ingredients. Let's double check. Yes, it's only 3 ingredients, which is good. Got our ice in there. Put our topper on our tin. And I have to practice smiling. Kay noticed that I didn't smile enough when I was shaking, so I'm gonna smile and shake. Is my noise too? Hi, Jenny. And we have Kim watching too. So we have a good group out there. And I hope everybody's getting ready for a nice weekend. It's gonna be a little chilly up here in Minnesota, but you know they're fishing. I think Mick and I will go fishing on Sunday. I don't know what we'll do on Saturday. Okay, so that's shaken. Now I'll get my beautiful glass. I put it in the refrigerator or the freezer. That's fun. And this is a drink that we need to have ice in. So last night I made some pretty ice cubes. Ooh. We have a couple cranberries in there. This one, cranberry and the cinnamon stick. That's kind of fun. Should we put one more in? And some rosemary. I put rosemary in them. They're just gorgeous. They get turned a little pinkish because of the cranberries, and since I love pink, that worked out nicely. Now I'm going to set these guys aside a minute. So I was thinking too, my camera hasn't been getting a lot of use lately because of the time that we're living in right now. So I was thinking maybe I should do a better job of actually taking real pictures with my real camera of my drinks. And then when we redo everything in our house, I can make a book instead of a coffee table book, coffee table book. It could be a bar table book with all these pretty drinks that we've been working on during this fun time. And hopefully we'll be making some. I think even after we all get excused to go about our own business, I might still keep doing cocktails because cocktails are fun. Okay, so we're gonna pour that in there. Looks like the perfect amount for the glass. There could be a little bit left in there, that's fine. And I think I'm gonna stick another rosemary stick in there. Yeah. So this is, thank you, Jody Bedard, our cranberry vanilla old fashioned. I'm gonna take a cheers and then I'm gonna talk again for a second. It's very good and it's very much an old fashioned, which I need to be careful with because they have a tendency to make a person have a lot of fun. All right, so there's that. I think, what else did I have to tell you? I had a few things else I was going to tell you. Oh, since we're going to enjoy this cocktail and it's 2 o'clock, I thought, well, I should make a whatever that board is. You guys know what it is. It is, see, Shannon's having hers and she says it's tasty. So I did that. I've got some grapes, black pepper cheese. This is at Calabrese, I was talking about at lunch on Wednesday when I was out on the lake. We have cheese curds because we are the champion. Go Packers. Sharon says it looks really good, but they are having lemon drops since we are a couple hours ahead of you. Okay, that's fine. You have your lemon drops. I think that's what it says. And then this other one is manchego, which is another thing that Tammy, that's watching, told me about, and we really like it. Hi, Diana. Okay, so we have that. Now, on Monday, I'm excited about what's going on Monday. You're jealous? Well, come on over. We got plenty of social distancing room on the deck. Monday, I'm excited about. I was going through my memories on Facebook today, and I ran into my little sweet rye pie. That was always fun, but I also saw that I had saved a recipe. It was probably last year because we were getting ready to go to Sitka to go on our Angling Unlimited adventure, and it was for a recipe, smoked salmon pizza. Well, we're very low on our fish from Sitka, but I ran down to my overstocked, according to my husband, freezer to see what maybe if I could dig one out, and I did. I did find another thing of salmon, so we're gonna make that smoked salmon pizza, And Linda had asked about if I had ever considered cooking, is it gluten-free? For people who have celiac disease. And I don't know a lot about that. I've been lucky in my life. My son Jed has an allergy to peanuts. He didn't up until he was about 8 years old. He used to eat peanut butter sandwiches all the time when we lived out in Washington. We moved to Minnesota and suddenly it affects him. So far he's never gone into whatever the shocky thing is called. But he's even noticed it sometimes with beers, that have the peanuts in, so he has to watch that. My sister Nancy developed an allergy to eggs. I couldn't do that. That would be, peanuts are okay. I love peanuts, but I can do without them. Eggs, there's no way I could go without them. So I don't really have any allergies to food. I have aversions to 3. What are they? Hulva? I don't know if any of you know what hulva is. But, ugh. And sweet potatoes and yams. Just the thought of those things kind of make me, yeah. But anyhow, so Linda was asking if I could ever try doing recipes gluten-free. And now I'm not going to make the recipe on Monday gluten-free, but I am going to look, because I think it's one that would work well from what I've read, very little, about celiac disease and what you could use with it. So when I do the smoked salmon pizza on Monday, we will also give alternatives that might work for somebody with celiac or gluten issues, gluten intolerance, is that correct? So there we go. And hopefully, but I'm excited. I'm going to smoke salmon on Sunday in between fishing. It is supposed to be cold here, windy, so I don't know how long we'll be out on the lake. I'm a fair-weathered fisher person, unless I'm catching a lot of them, because then that warms you up. When we were in Alaska, that was really out of my comfort zone. And if any of you guys ever get the chance, that was such a good experience. We were only there for 4 days. Busiest, most exhausted 4 days. And it was so out of my comfort zone to be on that boat in the ocean. And we had some pretty wicked weather, but Captain James and the whole group at Angling Unlimited, there's a pitch for them, are awesome. And they have ties to our neighborhood, so if you have the chance, I would do it again. I don't know that we're going to do it for a while because there's other things we want to do too. But, so I am going to take a picture with my real camera of my drink so that maybe I can start working on this book during this time that I'm not getting to shoot so many people's faces. And that doesn't sound very good, does it? I hope everybody has a lovely Mother's Day weekend and opening Fisher. I hope Mother Nature decides to cooperate. It sounds like we're going to have some frost here for a few more nights, but then by the next weekend, I think my boys might be going up to Red Lake or somewhere next weekend. Is that correct? And it'll be warmer. I think it's supposed to be back in the 60s. So maybe we'll finally really find spring. If anybody of my friends are having a lot of dandelions, not daisies, dandelions, I am going to want to look into that too. So let me know if you have any hot spots for hunting dandelions in the near future. And smile a lot. I hope I smiled when I shook my drink. Yesterday when I was making my burritos, I didn't smile very much at all. I don't know what was wrong with me then. Maybe wearing a dress. See, I'm wearing a skirt because we are going to this club. I figured it's a skirt. So isn't that what you do when you go to the Penn Dennis, I don't think it's called Gentlemen's Club anymore. I don't think you can. Social club. And play, they don't have golf. They have squash. Is it squash? Maybe. So, you guys have a lovely weekend. Take care of yourselves. Sniff something that smells good. Oh, that was a quote. I'll leave you with this last quote I saw today, and I don't know, does it fit me? I don't know, some days. Whatever is good for your soul, do that. And I think, Lisa, I think you had that on your Facebook page. I think that's where I sucked that sucker off of today. But it's a good quote. So, that's what I want you to do this weekend. Whatever is good for your soul, let's get her done. All right. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Diana. Take care. See you Monday.